Good morning. This is a recording for Friday, March 29th. Yesterday, we touched briefly on the fact that we usually use blame to deal with our feelings of powerlessness. Today, I want to spend a bit more time on this topic because I feel it's so important. Power is quite a challenging subject, especially for women, but of course not limited to that. The majority of women Brené Brown interviewed actually feel uncomfortable with the idea of a powerful woman. Many of us are conditioned to associate the concept of a powerful woman with being unliked, being forceful, or bluntly put, being a bitch. On the other hand, every woman interviewed was so quick to acknowledge how scary and desperate it feels to be powerless. This ambivalence about power poses a serious threat to our ability to be our best selves. And of course, this is not just for women. All of us feel this confusion. One of the issues that fuels our uncertainty about power is the fact that there are at least two forms of power that are common: power over and power with. Unfortunately, when most of us hear the word power, we automatically jump to the concept of power over. The idea that power is the ability to control people, take advantage of others, or exert force over somebody or something. We think of power as finite. There is only so much of it. So if I'm going to get some power, I am forced to take it away from you. Power over is a dangerous form of power. A psychologist, Dr. Robin Smith, described one of the most insidious forms of power over as working like this: I will define who you are, and then I'll make you believe that it's your own definition. I will define who you are, and then I'll make you believe that is your own definition. This chilling explanation of power over captures what shame does to us. It forces us into this straitjacket and then convinces us that we put this on ourselves and we actually enjoy wearing it. Power with, on the other hand, is a completely different story. This is what Brené Brown calls the real power. The Merriam-Webster dictionary defines power as the ability to act or produce an effect. So real power is basically the ability to change something if you want to change it. It's the ability to make change happen. Real power is unlimited. We don't need to fight over it because there's plenty to go around. And the great thing about real power is our ability to create it. Real power doesn't force us to take away from others. It's something we create and build with others. And that's why I like to call it power with. When we talk about shame and powerlessness, we're really talking about three specific components of real power: consciousness, choice, and change. In order to effectively make changes and address the problems in our lives, we need to first be conscious and aware of the problem. Second, we need to be able to problem solve and identify the choices we can make to address this problem. And finally, once we are aware of the problem and know our options for dealing with it, we need to be able to facilitate change. We need to be able to act on those choices. When we're experiencing shame, we are often thrown into crisis mode. Most of the time, we can barely handle all of the byproducts of shame, the fear, blame, and disconnection we talked about yesterday. In fact, there is new brain research that is helping us understand that shame can be so threatening that rather than processing it in the neocortex, this advanced part of the brain that allows us to think, analyze, and respond, shame can signal our brains to go into our very primal fight, flight, or freeze mode. And in this mode, the neocortex is bypassed, and our access to advanced, rational, calm thinking and processing of emotion just disappears. The primitive part of the brain springs into action, and that's when we find ourselves becoming aggressive, wanting to run and hide, or feeling paralyzed, sometimes without any clue as to why. The good news is that by practicing shame resilience, we can actually change this response. And of course, we will talk more about that later in the series. For today, let's do a practice that will connect us with our personal web of shame, just like we did yesterday. I hope yesterday you were able to look at the image of the shame web that Brené Brown presents in her book, and so you have more of a visual. But even if you didn't, it's okay. This practice is designed so that we can begin to get more and more familiar with our own shame response, become aware of it, making it possible to step into our real power once we're ready to do so. So, as always, take a comfortable position and take a few moments to settle. Settle into your body, your heart, your mind. Settle into this moment, right here, right now. Soft and easy breath, completely natural. Finding some spaciousness in your breathing, a sense of freedom, so that all the experiences of the present moment, physical sensations, thoughts, emotions, can flow through you as energy that they are, without struggle. Now imagine being in the center of our mindful morning circle, our supportive Sangha, a community of like-minded people that are here for each other. And start repeating the mantra of loving kindness after me. May I be filled with loving kindness. May I be well in body and mind. May I feel loved, cared for, at ease. May I know that I am enough. May I touch deep, natural peace. And now start sending these words not just to yourself, but to everybody in our circle, whether they're here now or not. Give them the gift of your loving presence and receive the gift of their loving presence. May you be filled with loving kindness. May you be well in body and mind. May you feel loved, cared for, at ease. May you know that you are enough. May you touch deep, natural peace. Remind yourself that you are safe and loved and cared for deeply here, in the space of our mindful morning Sangha. And if you feel ready to do this, allow yourself to reflect on your personal web of shame. Recall a shameful situation and very gently, very kindly, very tentatively, start examining all the feelings associated with this reflection. The idea here is not to drown yourself in shame, but rather to create a space around it, to ventilate it gently, lovingly, with your breath. To remind yourself that yes, you have shame, but you are not your shame. There are other things going on for you right now, and at any given point in time afterwards. Your breath, the stable base of your seat, the loving presence of your fellow practitioners, my voice. As you further reflect on this, can you see how easy it is for all of us to get entangled in the web of shame? What are the feelings that are most prominent for you right now? Is there fear? What is this fear about? How does it express itself in your body? Are you tempted to blame something, somebody? Blame yourself for not being good enough. Blame others for provoking you somehow. What's that really about? How does this blaming express itself in your body? Do you feel disconnected, rejected, somehow reduced? How does this express itself in your body? Breathing slowly and gently, allow all of this to exist. Nothing more, nothing less. There is nothing to fix, nothing to change, nothing to accept even. Just acknowledge whatever is going on, knowing that at this moment, this is enough. Now place your hands on your heart and once again imagine yourself in the center of our mindful morning circle. And send the energy of loving kindness in all directions, reminding yourself that you are not alone with this. We are all here for each other, together. May we all be filled with loving kindness. May we be well in body and mind. May we feel loved, cared for, at ease. May we know that we are enough. We have enough. We do enough. May we touch deep, natural peace. Now gently let go of your practice. And as always, scan your body. Notice what's going on for you right now, physically, emotionally, mentally. How are you, really? As you go through your day today, I invite you to continue with this reflection. What does the notion of power mean to you? Do you tend to think of it as power over? Are you familiar with the concept of power with? This real, unlimited power to facilitate change? How do you or how can you practice the real power, the power with? As always, please share your thoughts and experiences in our private group or here in the comments. Please remember that your voice, your stories are so important for all of us. Thank you so much for being here today. Have a gorgeous day, and I will see you tomorrow.